Is it okay when I go? No? I have to go back? Ah, okay. Is forbidden? Restricted or? Restricted? Ah. I know the bike is super filthy, but I also kind of like the adventure bike, desert, Mad Max kind of look. It's actually quite cool. I'm gonna have breakfast now, and then we're back on the road. I'll show you the route. There's like a famous canyon here, and also here an amazing road. I'm not really sure about this bit, if this is off-road or not. We'll see. But here in Ouarzazate, there's a charger, so that will be super interesting. Okay. I actually stayed one more day here because the hotel is so nice. Yeah, we'll have breakfast now and then we're back on the road. And we almost, tonight we will hit 10,000 kilometers probably on the odometer. That's cool. Yeah, what an awesome place. I felt so good here. And I even charged the bike in the garage. I even balanced the battery with like 1 amp. And it took like an hour after it was already full. So that's really cool. Yeah, I think we have to go back to the main road. So it's 8:40 in the morning. Oh shit. It's not, it's a one-way street. Can't go here. Oopsie. Just started already breaking the law. It gets quite cold in the morning, so it actually doesn't make much sense to start earlier. I just have to see. No, we'll just go here. All good. Because it's too cold. But how cool does that city look, right? I like the red buildings and it's amazing. And I also met a friend from Latvia, Einars. I made an interview with him when I was in Riga with the Dominator. I will put a link in the description so you can check it out. Interesting insights. It's so random. He was leading a tour here in Morocco, and then he walked out of the room in the morning. I was like, "Hey, man, what are you doing here?" That was awesome. How random. Yeah, we have to do hypermiling again today, but I think as soon as we get out of the Atlas Mountains, then it will be DC charging again, so that will be fun. But I don't mind. You can't really go too fast here anyway. Sure, when you have long stretches, then I could, but it doesn't bother me so much. Let's see what this canyon is all about. Everybody goes there. Still hard to believe that I rode here to the desert of Morocco on the electric bike. It's just so cool here. Wow. I mean, look at these houses, no? Wow. Pretty crazy. Yeah, they built their towns here in these oases, but all around is like desert, nothing. We've been to the sand dunes, to the 150-meter sand dunes in the last video. Go check it out. We're at like 11 degrees now, 12 degrees. So it's not warm in the desert. Okay, here we go. That's the gorge. Wow. Yeah, there's also a lot of tourists, obviously. But look at that. Obviously, you can do like hikes and stuff, and you probably should. I'm just not the big hiker. Oh man. Yeah, and climbing and stuff like that. Yeah, these are all climbers here. Wow. Oh my god. The wide-angle camera can't even capture this. It just goes up like 200 meter here. Crazy how busy it is, right? Yeah, I get it. That's why people come here. It's mega. Yeah, we're at about 6.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometer. It's not the best. 20 kilometers with 7%. But the battery needs also quite a lot of time to warm up to the... I think like the best temperature for the battery is like 30 degrees, 35 degrees, something around that. And it takes quite a while to get it up there, especially when it's colder outside. Consumption will go down. Yeah. Pretty cool, eh? Sun's coming out now. People camp over there in their overland rigs. So yeah, it's a really cool place to be here. Amazing. Didn't even get up so far, but we will cross the Atlas Mountains now. And there's a spectacular road apparently. 100 kilometers from here. We'll figure it out. Right, Eve, look at you. Dirty as ever. But I'll leave you a little bit like that. I kind of dig the vibe. And there's no electronic stuff down here. All the electronic stuff starts up here. So that's okay. I'll just try and keep these as clean as possible so I don't ruin my seals again. The guy from Erlens, he told me to get Teflon spray, and I got that, and I clean them regularly with that. That would be cool. Well, I have to do the chain also, so all the chain and stuff. Yeah, many of these places do have solar. I don't know if this one is connected to the electricity. I can't see any wires or anything, so might be that they just run on solar. It's everywhere, so that would be actually cool. Wow. It's called the Totka Gorge, this place. Massive, massive. Okay, that's now super strange. What happened here? So I just stopped to put on my jacket, and when I wanted to go again, I just saw that it jumped from 87% to 97% the battery. That's just so strange now. Just turn it on and off. That's so weird, never did that before. Yeah, 96%. What is happening? That can't be right. That is so weird. Okay, I have to look into that. Okay, but yeah, 18.5 kilowatt hours. I mean, it doesn't really quite check out, I don't think. And the battery is also not warm yet. I really don't know what happened there. That's so weird. I mean, the BMS always does calculate fresh, always. I don't think it does it when the bike is running. I think then it just estimates. And then maybe because I stopped, it just calculated new. That could be. So, but I don't know. That's really, really strange. I mean, it's more percent now, so that's kind of cool, but yeah, weird. Do let me know if you have battery experience like that. Yeah, we're now on 1,800 meter, and you can see snow over there. Could also be a reason because it got much colder now. Maybe the BMS recalculated new. Could also be because I do know when I, for example, started at Jan's place where we swapped the battery, I also the BMS said 100%, but the battery was at 17 point something kilowatt hours because it was so cold. That can happen. I just have to have an eye on it, and we'll see what happens once I do a break and then turn the bike off for a while. was a bit eerie in this town because there were so many kids like tried and stopped me, like flagging me down, but I think they just wanted to have money, probably. But usually they just wave and they're super happy. People in general are very happy here to see travelers on motorcycles, especially when they see such a big bike. So we're crossing the Atlas Mountains now. Yeah, we're going over this pass now, and then we'll go back on the main highway. A whole bunch of nothing. I love it. It's so cool. But I'm very glad I'm wearing my long johns because it doesn't get warm. Does not get warm. So while we're riding over this beautiful pass here, it just blows my mind. There's another thing I learned about the bike, especially since I'm riding more in the mountains, and like riding is a lot about range now. And when I go up, I like to put the regen on 0, because when you go up, like the bike obviously takes a lot of energy to accelerate and like to go up that mountain. I don't want to lose that kinetic energy, like when I let go of the throttle. It doesn't need to regenerate when I go up, so it's better when it keeps rolling, especially now when it goes down a little bit. So it's better when it just keeps rolling out. Using the momentum, it's just better, I learned. But the bike doesn't even have a 0 regen mode. Like even on the B0, which is like all the modes, like B0, B1, B2, B3. B3 is the hardest. It still does regenerate. That's insane. But it's just with minus 1 kilowatt. So I put like 2 kilowatts back in the battery. Now I let go, and now it puts 2 kilowatt back in the battery. So there is not really a 0 regen mode. Yeah, I just learned that recently. You know, when I was in the 5,000 meter up in Ladakh and I had this problem with 0% battery. So what I did, like I needed the 0 regen in order to roll down the mountain. With the 0, I was able to just turn the bike on and off. But here's a bit different, because in order to restart it again, I have to hold the brake and the ignition button. So that's not possible here. So it's either I'm really rolling and then using the brakes, but I can't turn it on and off. So yeah, I have to use the B0 then once I get like really dramatically and have to keep rolling. Interesting. Yeah, if battery still says 86%, I'll treat it at 76 a little bit, so just in case. But there's nothing really much I want to do anyway. I have 200 kilometer left, and I know the bike can do it. I know the bike can do 300 kilometer, 350 kilometer. When I do a certain speed, I'll just do it. Oh man. Oh, people live here, no way. There was little huts, no? Crazy. So we're now on top of the mountain, 2,500 meter, and now going down I have it in the B0 mode, and I haven't used the throttle at all. I just let the bike run down, and it's constantly putting back 1 kilowatt into the battery instead of me using the brakes. Okay, now we're slowing down a little bit too much, but yes, it's quite cool. I think it's really nice not using brakes at all. Still cool, even though we went up, I was still not over 10 or just over 10 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometer, which is also really good. So I think today is going to be again a really good range. I don't know, with the BMS, it will just learn. It has to learn the new battery, and I think it does. From all my electric bikes that I had, the 0 had the most sophisticated software, I think. Like, the BMS was always spot on. I could really rely on the percentages, and I had to, especially the more I got to know the bike. The Verge TS Pro had probably the most prototype-ish software. The percentages would just go up and down and up and down. It was really more of a suggestion of where the battery is at. And then somewhere in the middle is this bike. But they're still learning it, you know. Like, I rode it now for 6,000 kilometers, still in the getting to know phase. What's the saying, like after 1,000 hours, you'll be an expert at something. So yeah, way to go, way to go. Pretty incredible spot, eh? People always think you have to wander off somewhere in the desert or wherever. Like, you can just go next to the road and you'll have this incredible, I think this is a camp spot even. So, and then you get these incredible views everywhere, right? But it would be fun to go up there probably, but there's just nothing. I don't know if you can see this, but you see how strong the sun is? It's just burning a hole into my luggage. No. Don't do that. And we're also back to 71%. I think that's more accurate. Could be the temperature changes. It's Saturday today, so probably big market going to happen here today in this village. So many people. And yeah, Morocco is a Muslim country, so women are all covered up everywhere. Not the biggest fan of that, but you know, that's just how it is, religion, right? But at least you see women here, right? Remember in Pakistan, like I hardly saw any woman. That's crazy. There's just men outside everywhere. Almost looked like a charging station. I got excited, but no way. The first one we'll see today in 180 kilometer, and there's even two, and they're free of charge. That's so cool. Really, I love that. Not everywhere, but most of them are free. Hello. Yeah, we're reaching the next gorge now. Yeah, today's definitely a gorge day. Absolutely incredible, right? And I know there's a road going up the mountain again that looked super awesome for riding. Yeah, that's the road. Looking forward to go up there. That will eat a lot of battery, but who cares, right? Like, we'll have to go down eventually anyway. 62% battery. Yeah, bikers. They were on this Chinese Covis, I think, or CF Moto, I don't know. Okay, and we're actually going down this road here. Nice. Wow, look at that. Obviously that's a biking road. Bummer, I actually like it better to go up on a twisty. Like, you have more control, like I have more control over the bike and I can go faster. I like it much better, but look at this. And yeah, we're pumping quite a lot of power back into the battery. And now it makes sense again to put the regen on the highest level again, because you have to brake anyway, right? Might as well let the motor do all the braking and utilize all the electricity it can generate for the battery. Checks out, right? Oh boy. Still have to brake a little bit. Yeah, I see a lot of these Chinese CF Motos, Covis, and also the Himalayans 450, also a lot here. They seem like pretty good bikes. Hopefully they're coming more electric motorcycles from China as well. Like bigger ones, compared to 450s, that would be cool, but mostly they do scooters, that sucks a little bit. Because yeah, I mean, the motorcycle market is hard already, especially bigger bikes. And for electric motorcycles, it's even like a smaller niche, quite challenging. So lucky I'm not selling these. Can you see why this place called Monkey Finger Canyon? I can see it. It looks cool, right? Monkey Finger Canyon. Yeah, it looks like little monkey fingers. No? Like over there as well. Now look, I'm at the Monkey Finger Canyon. The place you told me. Look, there are the monkey fingers, I guess. They're over there. Cool, eh? And you called the moment I just stopped here. I literally just stopped. And that's when you called. How cool, right? Yeah, today's definitely the most scenic ride I did on this whole trip. For sure. But look at all this red soil everywhere. Wow. Like basically every 50 kilometers the scenery changed and the landscape. So cool. And it's perfect for the electric bike because you can't really go fast. Like there's no point in going fast through here. It's perfect speed. Like now, what do we do on average? Yeah, average 45 kilometers an hour. And that's what you would do on any bike here, 100%. Cool, cool, cool. If the charger works out, we can even do much more today. Let's see. One more thing I want to point out is I really like how they built the cities. Even the bigger cities, like this is quite the city here, I don't know the name, but how they build it in a way that it barely sticks out of the landscape. Like with these house colors and everything. It's just like built into the little hill and you can hardly tell because they use the same material, same colors. It looks really, really cool. I like that. And that's everywhere here like this. And this is really awesome. Okay, you have little blue buildings there, but I guess that's okay. Are you seeing this, guys? I checked on Google already. It's like some super massive solar power plant kind of thing. Like there's all these solar panels everywhere you see on Google Maps. But this thing is so bright. It is like a reflector of the sun. It's super interesting. I wandered off now a little bit from the main road, and that's the road that goes there. I don't know if I'm supposed to be on that road, but yeah, this is crazy. It's insanely bright. And you see, I saw it for like miles and miles and miles already. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here. Probably not. Didn't say I'm not allowed to. There's all these massive solar fields here. Crazy. That looks so cool. It looks like a portal to another dimension or something like that. Bonjour. Is it okay when I go? No? I have to go back? Ah, okay. Is forbidden? Restricted or? Restricted? Ah. Okay, so I have to go back? And does it go around there? It's okay? Huh? I can go there? Me? And then go back? Okay, cool. Okay, I can have a look, I think, and then I'll have to go back. Wow, this is so cool. This is how it looks on Google. I think this is about as close as I can get here. But you have no idea how bright it is. You can't even look inside. And there's like this flair around it, like this, like some. It's like right out of a movie. It's so crazy and massive. These fields here are massive. It's so cool. It kind of makes sense, right? It absolutely makes sense to do this in the desert because where else would you do it, right? If not here. Well, it's so bright. You can't look inside. Crazy. How are we doing? 17%. And we did 262 kilometers. Not bad. There would be mirrors up there, right? It's incredible. Like, it blows my mind. Yeah, but that way it doesn't even matter where the sun is. Wherever the sun is, it will just center the sun. I mean, I heard about this stuff. Never seen it for real. It's so bright. Yeah, it's like in a future movie, right? Sci-fi in Morocco. Noor power station. And you can hear the sound coming from here. It's like a humming in the air here. "10,000 kilometers. How cool is that? Okay, we're almost out of the city again. We are basically out of the city. But there should be like a restaurant, hotel, something like this. Oh, and there in the background, the Atlas Mountains. Let's see, we'll charge for a while. It's not too late now. So with an hour charge, we can get about 40 kilometers. So that you have an idea with these AC chargers. That is awesome. Safari budget. Look how cool this is. That's awesome. What a cool motel. Maybe I stay here. It's weird. It doesn't show it to me here in the app. It's strange. Scan QR code. Yeah, scanning the QR code works. Stoked. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I still have the current of at 1 amp because I was leveling. Now we'll go all the way up. Done. Okay, now we're with 3 kilowatts. "30 minutes from here, there is this Aid Ben Hadou. I already saved that in my maps, so I want to check that out. So I booked the Riyadh there. 45 bucks a night, including breakfast. Pretty good. Here's a bit cheaper, and it's quite cool actually. They even have like a BMW GS on the sign, parked up there. Crazy. But there's nothing here. It's just desert. So I'm going to another oasis, and we'll check out this old Berber village tomorrow. So that's awesome. Yeah, there was nothing else. Thank you. That was the most healthiest option. Hi. Yeah, only electricity. Yeah, no petrol. Okay, we're at 31%. There is about 6 kilowatt hours in the battery, which means that would get us probably like 80 kilometer. Range estimate doesn't say anything. Yeah, they're very slow, these AC chargers, obviously, because I only have a 3 kilowatt AC charger built in the bike. They could do more. Yeah, awesome. Here, my friend, YouTube. This is the bike. Yeah, merci. Au revoir. Candy made me these stickers. People are always very happy to get a sticker. I didn't even realize that, how happy it makes people. This is certainly a really good rest stop. A hotel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Thank you. Au revoir. He put it on the door, that's awesome. Look, there's the GS. It's a 1200, no? Probably. What a good day, right? Super cool. Don't need the windshield now. Morocco is certainly a country to check out. I really like it here. You kind of have everything. You have mountains, you have desert, you have good roads. You have bad roads if you want to. I don't want. CLA Studios. Is that the Hollywood of Morocco? Probably. Wow, okay, cool. CLA Studio. That's it. Aid Ben Haddou. Or Haddou? Aid Ben Haddou. Nice. Wow. Impressive. Nice. Pretty cool. Off to the hotel. And the hotel is just right here. It's not in the city, which I like. It's over there somewhere. Yeah, this is obviously a big tourist attraction, I think. Like a lot of travelers come here for sure. Here from France, German camper. I think it's up there. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, these tires, that was a good choice. Definitely. Sure, that's not really off-road, right? But they are not really off-road tires. Yeah, but this is awesome. Oh, puppy! Yeah. We are at Paradise of Silence. That's what we need. Doggo. Look at that. With horses and all. How cool. For sure I can plug in somewhere, for sure. Must be. I can already see. Okay, no darts tonight because I'm charging. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Excuse me, could you give me this stone? Thank you so much. Thank you. I have to adjust that. Check it out. What a cool room this is, right? Awesome. Bathroom. Really cool. Love it. Okay. Hi. Hello. All the plugs are grounded. It's not like in India. So that's no issue. We can charge it very slow. $10. Yeah, easy peasy. Tomorrow will be full. That's so cool here. With a little bit of luck, I might be able also to wash it a little bit. And there's the Ait Ben Hadou. So happy. But most of all, I'm always happy about this. A bike, a cable, an outlet. Next video will continue. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.